Hi there, Renat. So you've written your first set of essays. Great job. Let's take a look at what you did here. The first one is about an activity that can develop better skills and creativity than reading. Let's see what you said here. Nowadays, a common question for many parents from all over the world is what sort of activity should be mainly encouraged, reading or enjoyable activity? Okay, first of all, let's put a lowercase w here, and an enjoyable activity would be correct here. And then you didn't really actually need a question mark. So I wouldn't have put it, just a full stop would have been fine here. In my opinion, I believe that reading is much less beneficial for children's skills and imagination development. This essay will discuss both issues using statistical and observational examples to demonstrate points and support arguments. Okay, lovely, very good. Firstly, activities like physical and intellectual games develop a huge number of skills such as spatial orientation, body control without the ling, and ability to socialize. This is largely because games involve group interaction and different physical exercises, while reading involves only capability to read and assimilate information. For instance, according to statistical research without the ES, because research is always uncountable, more than 80% of millionaires, do you mean millionaires? If you do, it's spelled wrong. It's AIRES. Prefer to explore the world through entertainment rather than through reading when they were children. You didn't need a comma here. Therefore, it shows that an enjoyable activity brings more benefits for skills development. Okay, all right. I guess you want us to assume that someone who is a millionaire is an example of someone who has considerable skills. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's a little tenuous, but it's okay. Secondly, although reading requires imagination, playing games is a more effective way to increase creativity. This is due to the fact that children only a child only builds some abstract, get rid of IVE, picture in his brain when he reads However, games include ability of practical implementation. To understand that, it is enough to see a toddler who creates a railway and train by using two sticks and a piece of stone. Piece is spelled wrong. It's IECE. This is piece, which means no war. Consequently, it means that creativity is mostly a result of playing. To conclude from the examples and arguments given, I firmly believe that it is crucial to focus on an enjoyable activity if we want children to develop skills and imagination. It is predicted that this will be extremely valuable for them in the long run. Okay, so for your first essay, I really quite liked it, and you know what I liked best of all? I liked actually your task achievement. You really did well. I have read this essay many times, but I think you did among the best comparisons of the activity you were discussing in comparison to reading. Few people do that. You did it, and you did it quite well. You actually didn't need to write a separate paragraph just about reading, which is what a lot of people do. So you handled that part really well. Like here, when you mentioned reading and you compared it to the games, and then here again when you talked about how reading develops imagination, I thought that was very well done. So congratulations, good job. So all that was handled really well. The biggest problem that I found, however, with this essay was with your grammar. There were a lot of grammatical mistakes. Not so much that it creates difficulty, that it creates strain, but it's certainly the kind of thing you're going to have to be aware of, and you're going to have to watch out for and try to improve as you continue in the course, okay? Good job. Good vocabulary. All of it was good. The template was well applied. But again, the grammar was the area that I want you to look out for, okay? So let's look at your next essay. Okay, so now we move on to your next essay, schools, if they should be more entertaining or if they should just educate. Let's see what you said. Although it is sometimes believed that there is no room for entertainment at schools, some people disagree with this statement. In my opinion, I consider that modern schools should combine different methods of education, including entertainment. This essay will discuss both sides using statistical examples and research, singular, because it's uncountable, to demonstrate points and support arguments. Okay, fine. Firstly, the importance of entertainment. Here, basically, when we have a noun form of a word, we prefer that to the ing. So, firstly, the importance of entertainment for children is undeniable. Such activity like playing games is the main method of getting knowledge for children. Okay, now here, the problem is with the word such. So get rid of such and then say, in fact, activities like playing games is the main method of getting knowledge for children. This method is hardwired in our brain in order to let individuals, what happened to the rest of the word here? You're missing stuff. This method is hardwired in our brains in order to let individuals explore the world, and schools must use it. So you don't want the to here, you don't need to capitalize the W. For example, recent research, remember research is uncountable, conducted by Harvard University indicates that even youngsters assimilate 40% more information when this information, don't use information in the same sentence. So they assimilate 40% more information when this is presented as a part of amusement. All right, that's a little awkward, this expression here, as a part of amusement. What you could have said is presented as amusement, is presented partially as, in part as amusement. That would have been okay as well. Therefore, entertainment rather than boring lectures may significantly increase the level of education. Okay, fine. Secondly, entertainment like clubs and sports games usually involves and develops communication and social interaction skills, which are extremely valuable for children. This is due to the fact that human beings are social creatures, and the ability to socialize plays a key role in their life. For instance, according to statistics which were published in Science and Education magazine, those children who attended different clubs at school have better results at work because of developed leadership and team building skills. Okay? To conclude from the examples and arguments given, I believe that the strict line between education and entertainment should not be drawn. It is predicted that only a balanced combination of both will lead to future educational breakthroughs. Here I wanted an S. Okay, so I felt like there were fewer grammatical mistakes. I mean, there were some. There certainly were, but there were fewer than in the previous essay. Vocabulary was fine. There were some issues that I wanted to talk about in terms of your task achievement. Okay, so this paragraph for me was well developed. Okay, no problems there. And then let's talk about this. This paragraph for me was a little less developed. You basically say that clubs and sports games are entertainment, but I don't know. I didn't really feel like this was particularly convincing, or there was something missing for me in terms of the development of this paragraph. So we're talking about entertainment at school, and that schools should be more entertaining. But you didn't really talk about that. You talked really about the skills that people get. So you talked about the ability to socialize, and that children who are involved in these activities become better, they develop better leadership skills. But there was something missing for me really in terms of entertainment. So I kind of felt like the way you structured this and the way you developed this paragraph really belonged more in the previous essay that talked about developing skills than it belonged in this particular essay. Because you didn't really just talk about how useful entertainment is and really how these clubs and how this social interaction is entertaining. Maybe that's what was missing. You didn't really talk about how any of this is entertaining or how it could be construed as entertainment. This paragraph, as I said, felt a little more on target. Now, there's another problem, though. Take a look at this. You said that this essay will discuss both sides. In fact, it didn't. Look, you have a firstly here, you have a secondly here, and basically both paragraphs talked about, they were both in favor of using entertainment in education. So your essay actually does not match your thesis statement. So that's a little problematic. That's definitely going to have an effect. Well, let me think about it for a second. Maybe on your task achievement, but probably in your coherence and cohesion score. Okay? So that's something I want you to watch out for. Make sure that you actually develop your paragraphs the way you say you're going to in your thesis. Okay? Okay, so on the whole, a good job, especially for your first essays. It was a very good job. Okay? So let's talk about what you need to do here now. The first thing you need to do is correct these essays based on this video and the suggestions in it. The second thing you need to do is create an error correction list, and in that list you're going to write down all the mistakes that were pointed out to you, and next to each error write down what the corrected version is. This is a list that you should add to with each video correction you get back. Just keep adding the mistakes so that you can learn from them and try to avoid them in future essays. And the third thing you have to do is, of course, write us a new set of essays, applying everything that you've been learning in the course and in the videos so far. So send us back those 3 things. We'll be here. We'll be waiting for them. So good luck and good job with your first set of essays.